Abe, you look deep
No,
in
George.
concentration. I said, I don't know if I should annoy him or not. I thought you
No,
were
no, no.
praying.
No problem. Just checking stuff. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, everything is good. Getting everything in order for the Pesach. I have to go to
Yes.
shul though at 7 for minyan. I have to help them make a
Right.
minyan, so I'll cut out.
All right.
I have to feel guilty that when I don't get to come.
Everybody.
Wishing everybody a kosher Pesach.
Yeah.
Yep.
The hostages should come back, and we should have shalom for Klal Yisrael. That's what we should have.
And may Colombia shut down. May Yale shut down. I don't know if any of you have gone there, but I'm pretty, after listening and watching, I'm just fed up.
We are on Nun Beis, Amud Aleph, the Gemara 52. So we talked about in the Mishnah that coinage could get damaged, and it might. And we there was machlokas if it's 1/8 damaged, or 1/6, or 1/24, and then it would not be considered ono. However, the Gemara brings a baraisa reminu. Ad kamate asela chaser v'yabono. How much does a coin have to be damaged? And there would be ono. So it's just the opposite of what our Mishnah said, where those fractions would not be ono. So Amra Papa loy kasha tanadi on our Mishnah. That means he's saying up until that amount, there is no ono. Once you go above 1/24 or 1/8, then there is ono. That means from top to bottom. That means ono exists from 1/24, but anything less than that would not be ono. But there really is no machlokas. Another question. Maishna besela de pligi, Maishna betalis de lo pligi. In this Mishnah, where they talked about depreciation of coinage, so there was a machlokas. One said 1/24, one said 1/8, whatever the shitas were. One says 6. But when we talked about buying an object, everybody agrees that it was a 6. So how come by a coin there's a machlokas, and by objects there's no machlokas? Amrav Mantana Talis, the Mishnah that taught us about garments and things like that, is Reb Shimon. Reb Shimon holds everything is like, even our Mishnah is a 6th. Abaya Omar, Robert gives a different teretz. Talis ad shesus mochalinish. If it's less than a 6 difference in price, undercharge or overcharge, people will be moichel. The Amr Inshi Ashik Ligvir V'Shavi L'Karsech. People understand that when you buy something, you need something, especially clothing. Even if you overpay a little bit, it's okay. But sell it, even though but if somebody gave you a coin, a money changer or a banker or a market handed you back a coin that has been damaged and nobody will accept it, so then sometimes even damage less than a 6th will cause you to be concerned, and you're not moichel, and that's why there's ono even for lesser amounts than a 6th. Gufa. How much will a sella be damaged? And there'll be ono. But Meir Omer, Arba Isoros Isser Ladinner, which was our Mishnah, which was 1/24. Ravi Omer Arba Pundyonis Pundyin Ladinner, which is 1/12. Shimon Omer Shmona Pundyonis Shnei Pundyin Ladinner, which is a 6th. Now, Yeser al Kain, if according to any of these three shitas, if it was damaged more, then we don't view it as a coin anymore. A coin of the realm means America or any country establishes the value of their coinage. But once it's been damaged beyond these shiurim, moicheres b'shavya, it's now valued based on how much copper or silver or gold, whatever the precious metal is there, and not based on the denomination that it's a 50-cent piece or a silver dollar. No, it's based on what the true, if it's been damaged beyond these shiurim, then it's viewed as just metal. Once I just have to get a tissue. 1 second.
Hello.
Hi, Mario.
Hello, Ernie.
I don't know if anybody else suffers from hay fever and allergies, but I do. And the last couple of weeks
Have been horrible.
must be a high pollen count because I've had a lot of allergies. Okay. So
By the way, I spoke with Alan Genauer. He's okay.
right.
A bit shook up, I suppose, but okay. All right.
Thank God. So we're on Nun Base 52. How much can there be depreciation? We're talking about not devaluation. We're talking about damage to the coin, and you can still use it as a coin. Besela ad shekel. It means a sela is 2 shkolim. So if it's half of a sela, up to 50%, you can still use it as a coin. Bedinner ad rova. It's up to a fourth. Pachos mikain iser. If it's less than these amounts, asher lotzia, you can't use it as a coin. Barezalon karena, you cannot sell this lola tagar v'lola cherem v'lola hareg to a murderer. They'll use this money or force people to accept it. So what do you do with this? Yikavena, make a hole in it. V'yitlena b'tzavar b'no b'tzavar bito, and you string it on a string for a necklace for your son or daughter. Amrama. The sell ad shekel, he said sell up to 50%. The dinner ad rova. So the Gemara doesn't understand. Maishna sella, which goes down to 50%. Maishna dinner ad rova. Why should that go down all the way to 25%? Amra Abaya. It's the same. My rova diktani rova shekel. We're talking about rova of a shekel, which is half of a dinner. So it's also 50%. So it's the same. Amra rova dekanami. The katani roiva v'lokatani revia. Mami, no, that we're talking about the same thing. 50%. Now, lama le limitle hadinner v'shekel and say it ad rova. Why don't we just say it's a half a dinner? I mean, why are we switching denomination? So there's a reason. Mil sagab urcha kamash. Sometimes the Gemara will give us different information because it wants to teach us something. The ikka dinner, the asi mishekel. There is sometimes a dinner that came from an initial shekel. This dinner started off as a shekel. It depreciated through erosion until it was half, and then it was a dinner. And Messiah Ravami, Sham Ravami, dinner, Habami shekel, mutter lakaimo. If you start off with a shekel and it decreased in size by 50%, you can keep that and use it as a coin. Nobody will make a mistake. Based on its size and its appearance, nobody will make a mistake. But dinner Bava Metziah, if you start off with a dinner and it erodes all the way down to 25%, then Asr L'Kaima. Because it was a big coin, now it's small. People will make a mistake. Pachas Mikain Isser, and we said if it's any of less, if these coins fall under the shiurim that we've discussed, we said you can't use it anymore. It's also to use it as a coin. Maika Omar. Why? Amra Bayochi Kamar. Pixa Sela Yoitz Mechteoina. If these coins have depreciated more than the set values that we said is a no, Osir. Amra La Rava Yachi. Afilu Mashu Nami. Why? Why even, maybe even a little bit of depreciation? And Amar Rava, Pixa Sela Shall Isser Ledinner, if the seller goes down by an Isser to a dinner Osir. Ustama Krav Meir, which is Isser Ledinner, which we said 124. It's non Hossam. Sela Shenifsala. A seller which was a coin that became damaged where it cannot be used as coinage. So what did they do? They used it as a weight in a butcher shop or any place that sells things by weight. They used it as a known weight. And therefore now Tmeya, now it has the status of a Kli and is Makabel Tumma. How much depreciation must there be where you can still use it as a coin? L'sela shnei dinarim. Again, down to 50%. Pachas mikain, if it went 60% or 70%, we said yikots. You should just use it as metal, but not as a coin. Now, Yesser al Kain, my on Ravuna Pachas mikain yikots. And Yesral Ken Gan Ken Yikot. Rav Meir Omer Pachos Miken Yikots. Yesral Ken Yikayim. Means if it's above the shear, you can keep it. You're not going to make a mistake. Meisvei. Yesral Ken Moichel B'Shavit. We said in our Mishnah that if there was more damage than what was allowed, you sell it for its metal value. My love Shapitza Yoitzer Mechterina. We're talking about it depreciated more than this. Oh no. So the Gemara says, "Lo, Yisera means more value." Nakati lo pizza b'chdoinoso. It hasn't depreciated yet beyond what ono. Shemoichel b'shavit to force you to have to sell it according to its metal weight. Meisvei. Ad kama tipoches. How much can a coin depreciate in size and in damage? He said, Besela ad shekel, half of its value. My love, the pochas porta. It didn't happen in one shot. It eroded slowly. And therefore, it looks like you're being able to keep it even longer. Versus it got destroyed in the fire in one shot. Amrama. We said if the coin becomes damaged beyond the shiur, you put a hole in it, you string it, and you use it as a necklace for your son or daughter. Reminu. We ask you a kasha. It says, Lo yasena mishkal ben mishkaloso. You should not use these old coins for weights. Lo yizrakena ben grutotav. You shouldn't throw it with your metal shard. And here it says clearly, Velo yikavena v'yitlena b'tzavar b'no b'tzavar b'ito. You should not keep it around by stringing it as a necklace, because people will use it by mistake. So what should you do with it? Ela o yischok, grind it, o yit Yitoch, or chop it up into pieces, or yikots, or yolech v'yisrok yam hamelech, or throw it into the Dead Sea. There's a Rami law. How do you mitaretz? Ravun Amar lo kasha, kan be'emtza. If you make the hole in the coin right in the middle, so then no one's going to make a mistake. Kan menatzad. But if you make the hole on the side, well, people will think that that coin is still good because it's slowly eroding. Okay. Ad masai muter lachzir. We said in the Mishnah, if you notice that the coin is damaged, you can return it to whoever gave it to you. We said bikrachim in a big city, achira l'shulchani. You need a time to go by until you show it to a money changer who's expert. And then, this is damaged beyond use, so then you now have the time to go back and get it back. Big farm in a village on Arvei Shabbos. He said every Erev Shabbos there were big marketplaces that people bought things. It's only from Friday to Friday that people would show their money to a seller, and the seller might say, that's not good money. So then he would recognize he wouldn't accept that money. Then he would go back to whoever gave him that coin and get his money back. Sela, they made a distinction between a big city and a village. When it came to garments with oinoah, we said until the time you show it to a tradesman or somebody else, an expert. But we made no distinction between a big city and a village. Amar Abaya, those other Mishnayos that we learned previous were all talking about big cities. But in a village, you could also you've got more time to go back. Rava Omar, another teretz between what's the difference between a garment and a coin. Talis, kolinish kimle b'kaveh. Most people knew the value of garments. So he'll know right away if he was cheated. But coins, not everybody's an expert. In a big city where there were money changers, experts in coins, so you had the time to go until you showed it to a shulchani. Big farm like a shulchani at Arvei Shabbos, so it's salik and l'shukani. There was a market every Friday to buy your filter fish and everything else you needed for Shabbos. V'mayim makila, the Mishnah said that if the person who gave this bad coin to the purchaser recognized that was his coin, even up to 12 months, he should accept it and give the guy's money back. Now, what is this case? If it's a big city, you said this time frame is the shulchani, which is much shorter than 12 months. So, this is not me'ikra din. You're a chosid. You want to go lifnim mishur sadin, then you can return it up to 12 months. We said, and ein lo alav ela terumas. A guy who gives the money back after 12 months, you can have some complaint against the guy. Now, Laman, ila chosid, if it's about a chosid when it's named mishur sadin, so lo kibulu lekablim, let him just not accept it. V'lo terumas, and not to have complaints against him. If he's going to be a chosid, then what's he complaining?
Ernie, let me ask you, he brings back the money. The guy gave him the money 12 months ago. He holds it for 12 months and he says it's damaged. And the guy has to give him back full value then?
Midas chasidus, we said. Doesn't have to.
Yeah, no, but I mean, he has to give him back full value. He has to give new coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So now the Gemara is asking, but if Midas, remember the Mishnah said, if he recognizes that it was his coin, he should give it back. And we says it's the Midas Chasidus. But the Mishnah mentioned, but he might have complaints against the guy. Well, If it's Midas Chasidus, what kind of complaints is he having? He's a Chassid. So the complaining party was the guy who received the coin. He is upset that he was given a bad coin. However, the Gemara now asks, the guy after 12 months gave him, like Walter said, gave him his full money back. What kind of complaints should he have? So this they have to understand. Ha'acher, not a chassid, avol pishay mekable mena, and he's not going to accept it back. Ein olav ala terumas. You can't force the guy if it went beyond the standard time. Let's say the shulchani, the one who got the coin, can't force the guy to accept it from him. All he'll have against him is like he'll feel bad about him. Not everybody wants to get involved in a bad coin. Okay. Then we said the Mishnah said you could use these damaged coins to redeem Meiser Sheni. Amrav Papa Shmamina. Haiman Demuki Mazuzi. The guy was very makpid. He's a feinschmecker. And he makes sure that his coins are perfect. Mikri nefesh ruah. You know, you're a stingy guy. You're not an open guy. Don't be so makpid on your coinage that it's got to be perfect. And someone like that is a nefesh ruah. Hani milihu desagit lehu. We're talking about when the coinage is still in circulation. And Messiah lay lechizkiah, Shamar Chizkiah, Balaporta. A guy goes to change money, and he gives one of these bad coins in. Porta b'shavya. He gets a little bit less back. If it's a silver dollar, he gets 99 cents. Balachalala. But if he's going to use the dollar that's damaged and denominated as a dollar, mechalala biyofe. He can use it. He can use the full value, the dollar, not 99 cents. Now, my ka'amr, what do we mean? Hachi ka'amr. Afo pi keshabala porta b'shavya. If you come to a money changer and he sees this coin, and it's a silver dollar, but it's worth a little less because of its damage. So it only gets 99 cents. But keshu machalala biyofe. So pray to Gemara. Lememer de Savar Chizkiah de Mezalzlin and the Meiser Sheni. Looks like we're being zilzal a little bit of Meiser Sheni, that we're not caring to redeem it exactly. But we see Chizkiah says something else. Lemer Chizkiah. Meiser Sheni she'ein bo shava pruta. So number one, let's say you have produce that's not worth a pruta. So you can't be machalal such thing, because you can't be machalal on less than a pruta. Oimer, the guy who's taking the meiser, you have to add a fifth, 20%. If the grain is worth $100, you're mechalal at 120. Mechula moisar rishonos. He throws this one in to money that he had used prior, because because this meiser not going to do it exactly, because it's less than Shabbat Pruta. So he adds a little bit. But in general, though, Chizkiah wants you to be exact. So Chizkiah has shown us that you're normally not mezalzel b'chila meiser sheni. That's why he adds a little bit. My biyafeh. So it's not like what we explained before. B'toiras yafeh. The trei zili lo mezalzinin be. We don't do two zilzuls. You can use this coin from Pidyon Meiser Sheni, even though it's a little damaged. but you do its valuation according to its full value. It's a silver dollar, you go silver dollar, and not based on the value that the shulchan would give. Gufa, Amr Chizkiya, Meiser Sheni Shein B'Shava Pruta, Oimer Hu V'Chum Shemechol HaMoiser Rishonim. This, now that I'm doing, should be mechol on previous money. We can't do an exact calculation because it's less than Shava Pruta. Meisvei. Hatruma v'abikurim. Truma can only be eaten by a Kohen. Bikurim can only be eaten by a Kohen. Chayav aleim misa. A non-Kohen who eats these items is chayav misa. If you ate it b'mezi. You did it b'shoigeg, you add a choimish. And you have to pay a knas another 20%. Okay, I'm going to stop here.